What's up everyone, welcome back to ARTV. My name is John and it's time for a very special mini-sode of Ranked. On this show, I normally rank a discography from worst to best, but I've experimented with doing albums and you guys really seem to love that when I did it for American Idiot's 15th anniversary. So today, since not only is it the 10th anniversary of this channel, thank you guys so much for watching and allowing me to do what I do. I'm also celebrating the 10th anniversary of an album that inspired me to start my channel in the first place, and that record, ladies and gentlemen, is Brand New Eyes by Paramore. No, I don't want to talk about the fact that it felt like I was getting small stab wounds all throughout my body when trying to narrow down this list and rank songs as the worst, because this is one of my top 10 favorite albums of all time. It's the album that remains legendary in their discography because it was a huge turning point. It saw them kind of pivoting away from the early, more pop-punk and scene-inclined stuff. While there are plenty of traces of that on Brand New Eyes, I feel that this is the record that cemented the fact that they could do more than just that. I'll be ranking all 11 songs on the standard edition of this album from worst, let's be honest. It's not really the worst, it's just from the ones that I don't like as much as the others. I don't dislike a single song on here, but from worst to best, I would love to know what you guys think of my list and leave your own personal list in the comment section down below. Drop a like on this video for the 10th anniversary. Can we get to 1,000 likes for obviously the 10th anniversary of Brand New Eyes, but also my channel. Thanks for watching, and first I've got a bonus track to talk about. Bonus track alert, this is only available on the international versions of Brand New Eyes, but I had to give it a mention because it's one of my top 10 favorites from Paramore. This is an incredible track. It was originally for the Twilight soundtrack, which I know can sound cringe, but I promise it's anything but that. Ghostly, chilling vocals from Hayley Williams. She knocks it out of the park here. One of her best vocal performances ever in my eyes. And also the guitars just really come to life. They almost feel supernatural, but maybe that has something to do with the movie that it's associated with.
Where the lines overlap. No one is as lucky as us.
Starting off our proper list and unfortunately drawing the short straw here, at number 11 we have Where the Lines Overlap. This is a song that I just don't feel is as original, as fresh, or inventive as the other 10 songs on the album. I think this one I have a hard time kind of coming back to outside of the context of listening to the full album. The vocals are easily the best part of it, but it just feels a little bit too similar. It feels like a second cousin, perhaps, to Feeling Sorry, and up to that point in the record, we've already heard that track, so by the time we get here, it just doesn't feel like it has a fresh spin, and I really don't like the bridge on this track all that much. Number 10 is Looking Up. This is a song that utilizes sarcasm and an obvious commentary on the current state of the band in 2008-2009 when things were falling apart internally, but at the time they described Brand New Eyes as the album that saved the band. Well, I guess we could see how that went considering Josh and Zach left right after that, but it is what it is. Paramore have learned from a lot of their past mistakes, and it's great to still see them active and going at this point. I think that Brand New Eyes definitely has a lot of songs like this. This doesn't quite turn up the heat for me as much as I would like it to, but I love the guitars. Still an excellent track.
'Cause none of it was ever worth the risk. Well, you are the only exception.
Feeling a little icy cold over here, white knuckling if you will, because The Only Exception is only coming in at number 9. This is a fantastic, kind of mesmerizing ballad that you just fall in a trance with. Hayley Williams speaks of love and how she felt that it never would exist until you existed. Yes, you out there watching this video right now. I think that love is such a complicated issue, and it's even harder to actually sing about it and make a really striking song. Well, The Only Exception somehow subverts those expectations of falling into cliches and writes a song that talks about parents' struggles with love and how they felt that it didn't exist. They were so jaded and they passed that feeling on. But then Hayley, with the spotlight on her, the vocals, and that excellent acoustic guitar, they managed to work their way out of that and deliver a love song that doesn't exactly feel like a love song. Landing at number 8 is the single Brick by Boring Brick. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-ba. I really got into this one after hearing a cover of the track. I will put it on screen here because I can't remember the title of the channel, but I just dug that cover so much that I started gravitating towards this track even more. I feel that it's kind of almost experimental for them, especially at the time. A lot of pop punk bands and ones that were aligned with the alternative scene were not trying new things like this, and I can really appreciate that they played with the delay, with the suspense, the build-up, and then those huge soaring hooks. I feel like I should have a megaphone for this one because Haley loves to get on the megaphone when she plays Ignorance live, especially during like the brand new Eyes and self-titled era, but I'm not gonna stoop that low because I know that you guys don't want me to blow out your earbuds. I do genuinely love the hell out of Ignorance. This is such a commanding tune that feels authoritative, confrontational, and also just like it gets out all of its gripes through these punchy, awesome riffs. The bass is fantastic on this track as well. The drums, the vocals, it all feels so angry, but there's a sense of catharsis. We actually get it out of our body too as we listen. I guess you could say that I feel no sympathy for putting this at number 6. Feeling Sorry is up next for discussion, and I feel that this track I've warmed up to more and more as the years have gone on. I love the way that the guitars definitely stick with that tone that Brand New Eyes is known for, and I love the fact that Rob Cavallo produced this record, known for producing the likes of Green Day and a lot of other big names. He worked out so well with the band, and I feel that on a track like this, the production is really one of the biggest wins that it has going in its favor. The guitar tones are excellent, the vocals are on point, but I obviously love the, again, sarcasm that builds up inside of Hayley Williams. Josh Farrow co-wrote on this track as well, and I love the fact that we can just feel it seething out of every pore.
You can't be too careful anymore when all that is waiting for you.
Hoo-wee! The drums on this track, oh man, out of this world. Like mind-bending good. Zach Farrow, probably your best recorded drum performance to date. Careful is such a good song, not only in the Paramore canon, but just in the terms of good songs that have come out in the 21st century. Careful has those driving drums. It lands at number 5. I wish I could put it higher, but I love everything about this. It's an excellent album opener. It winds us up with a couple of seconds of suspense before dropping in the guitars, the drums, and also the vocals that seem to kind of give a warning to other people out there about not trusting others.
I'm told that this is life and pain is just a simple compromise, so we can get what we want out of it.
You guys are sleeping on Misguided Ghosts. In comparison to the numbers that the only exception, the other slow track on this album, put up, Misguided Ghosts to me is the easy win. It's the victor because it's so trembling in a corner, if you will, that persona. It feels a little bit timid, but it also has the courage to put itself and its voice out there. Hayley sounds fantastic, and the fact that she can pull off these slower tracks, a more vulnerable state so well, and sound even better, it's just their ace in the hole, because they do loud quite well, but these heart-wrenching moments are almost even better. And the worst part is that I can't put this any higher than number 3. Turn It Off is up next, and this is such a killer song that for me has always been something that I turn to when I feel that I'm just kind of like losing grip on a situation or a day and I just can't get things back on track, because this song not only has those vocals that just hit all of the right pitches, the guitars, the driving force of this one. I love the guitar breakdown and the outro of this one. It sends it off on the perfect note, but it also has the lyrics to back it up. The chorus is one of my favorites that Paramore have ever penned, and the worst part is, before it gets any better, we're headed for a cliff. Honestly, there's just not that many songs that I can just rattle off the top of my head where I'm like, this feels like a human being that actually went through this. But All I Wanted is absolutely one of those tunes, because not only have I been there myself, but I can just feel the humanity, just the pain dripping off of this one. It's unfortunate that the tortured artist does have to go through these things in order to make the amazing music, the awesome art that they do, but I wouldn't trade this song for the world. It starts off slow. It talks about the mundane aspects of life in between the all I wanted was you, the heartbreak, the shattering feeling of your world coming crumbling down. Maybe there's not reciprocated feelings. Whatever the case may be, I've been there. I know that so many of you watching this video have been there as well. And all I wanted, and its obvious high point with that note, you know the note that I'm talking about. Yeah, obviously I had to put this high up on the list.
It's just my humble opinion, but it's one that I believe in.
Coming in, the undefeated champ at number 1, it's Playing God. This song is about the band's current state, feeling tied up. The music video does a great job at kind of translating that to the viewer. Obviously, there was a tumultuous state in the current affairs that we're caught up in, everything like that. It was so wild in Paramore, but they did a great job at reeling it in and harnessing those powers into a track that does a steady moving pace. I feel that Playing God is so fantastic because it almost feels like a horror film. You don't know what's coming around the corner. The subdued guitars feel light, but also very powerful, even though they're understated. And then when Haley comes in on the chorus, dropping some of these bombshell lyrics, you don't deserve a point of view if the only thing you see is you. Next time you point a finger, I'll point you to the mirror. There's so many lines on here that I just feel a lot of people need to see tattooed on their own face. Celebrate 10 years of Brand New Eyes with me and leave your thoughts on the record and how you would rank the record in the comments section down below. Obviously, this was all just my opinion. I hope you guys had a good time watching this one. Drop a like on the video if you do, and let me know if there's other full-length albums that you'd like to see me rank.